I redesigned something for them in Kenya before, and he's now going to share some insights in their side of the world, and not only us here having issues about the pandemic. Everybody is having issues about how to cope up. But if you are skilled, if you I try to update yourself, upgrade yourself, start over, start up. Nothing is impossible. So let me introduce one of our speakers. He's a freelance digital marketing writer, an international speaker also, because now we're trying to invite people from different parts of the globe. His speech is about crush the hustle mentality and see your profits multiply. So Sam is had his first freelancing gig in 2014, and now let's learn from him and check out how he's helping others hustle or find success online. So Sam Mutawi, let me put you on. You are free. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Celia. Thank you so much for bringing me on board.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the platform and also connecting with you and people from Philippines and all around the world. It's my pleasure and I'm honored to
Okay.
be joining you. Thank you so
I'll
much.
let you. I'll leave you now, and if you can give us some insights, we would really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hi guys, this is Sam Mutahi, and most of you, this is my first time that you're getting to know me. I believe it's a great opportunity to be talking to you. And I'm talking to you in the aspect of breaking away from the hustle and breaking away from what we have always thought as the one day at a time, step by step. I am a freelance digital marketing writer, as Celia has said, and I am honored to be speaking to you about how I started my journey and how I have progressed all through, and how I jumped from being a hustling guy or running a hustle to getting to a point where there's abundance in my freelance career. Uh, I don't know about the experience that other people have, but in most cases in Africa, people join the freelancing world and the digital creative world because they have no opportunities elsewhere. But I joined the same way, and I joined because I was tired of being in school, and I wanted something else. I wanted something different, and I had just heard about this was back in 2014. I just heard of opportunities online and how people are making money online, and I thought, hey, I think I will try this out and see how it works. If it doesn't, I'll get back to my microbiology degree. If it works, then to hell with my microbiology degree. So I got in, realized real fast that this was a real opportunity that was also feasible for me to live through and make my my livelihood out of it. So fast forward to years and years of hustling. I think it's been 6 years now. I have lived most of those years as a freelance writer, and it was hand to mouth from one project to another, never knowing how my future is, or never being in a position where I could say, man, I have been able to make this great resource out of my freelancing business. So I would like to tell you, or rather share with you, how you can break away from the hustle mentality. There's this mentality that tells you that you cannot do anything else, or rather you cannot progress, that you will live down below the poverty level, or maybe just a little above average, and we will see how you can break away from that hustling mentality towards uh, uh, a mentality of abundance and clarity and openness with opportunities that come your way. So I'd like to start with you. If you can see my presentation, I have said that we're crushing the hustle mentality, and this is a long-term success strategy for freelancers and digital creatives. If you're a freelancer and or if you're a freelance or rather digital creative, then this is for you. So let's begin by asking several questions, and I would appreciate if we will go on to the next slide. Um, Number one, why are you doing what you do? Is it because of money? Is it because you want freedom? Is it because you have nothing else to do? Most of the times, we never get to know the reason as to why we start or we get into freelancing or being digital creatives. But having a lot of clarity about this can help us to discern where we will be in the next few months or 3 months or 4 months. And I am just I'm very happy because while most of us start without knowing where we're headed, like the journey gets clear as we progress. And as you take one step at a time, you get to realize your worth, you get to realize who you really are, and most of all, you get to realize the position that you hold in the business world, in the business industry, whatever it is that you're freelance for. Like digital creatives and freelancers, whatever it is, the industry that you are handling, like it is very important to know to know what we are worth. So let's talk about you a little bit, right? How long have you been working online? That is my first question. Has it been a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, or 6 years like me? All right. Number two, are you worth the income you are earning from your online service career? Are you worth it? Are you worth what you get? This is a very, very serious question that most of us never get to answer. um you get somebody to give you a gig. We are in the gig economy, and somebody tells you, hey, you can do this for me for a few dollars or hundreds of dollars. um is that whatever that you get from what you do, is that your worth? I'd like you to keep on thinking about these questions as we continue. And I hope I hope that you can get a pen and paper, because I will do a lot of introspection where we'll look at the inside of you, where we will focus on the you part of your business. And from because once we have sorted the you, or the inside of you, and who you are and what you're worth, then it is possible for us to translate it towards now the business perspective. And that's why we are starting with these questions. Like number one, how long have you been in the freelancing or digital creative business, or whatever it is online business that you do? Number two, are you worth the money that you get paid for your services? And then the third question I will ask, are you an employee for your clients, or do you offer collaboration, or do you form business partnerships with those that you work with or work for? As you can notice, these questions are dealing with you personally. They are dealing with the inner part of you, the understanding that you have about yourself. And they seem to be very simple questions, but without introspect, without thinking about it from the inside out, most of us never get to realize actual potential we have for what we do. We never get to realize how much work we bring to the table. All right, I understand. Maybe you started being a digital creative because you were broke. Maybe you started freelancing because you had nowhere else to go. You had no other way to work this out. So you decided, I'll just plunge into being a digital creative or a freelancer. But think about it and just ask yourself, like, why? Why are you here? Why are you the one? Why are you doing this? And as we go on to the next slide, we'll continue we'll continue digging into who we are and why we are doing this and what's our worth, and most of all, are we able to reflect our worth to those that we work with? This is very important for us. And as for you as an individual, even as we move on to the next slide, you will start realizing that you need this clarity first, even before you are able to get those high paying clients, right? I hope we can move to the next slide. Yep. So are you that person who can break off to the next step? Are you that person who can break off to becoming this highly paid freelancer or digital creative who is worth what they are worth? All right. These questions, as I have told you, they are very important. And we will try to understand, what do we miss if we don't answer these questions? What are you missing as a freelancer or as a digital creative or as an online business owner who provides services as part of what they do? Um, what are you missing? Are you missing opportunities of a lifetime because you don't understand your worth? Are you missing opportunities of freedom because you do not understand the worth that you should receive from your clients? All right. Just think about these things and try to introspect and ask yourself, like, where do you lie with this? Where do you lie? Have you maximized your potential? Do you do more for less? Do you serve the right clients who appreciate your expertise? Do you enjoy a life of abundance for what you're worth? These questions are very important because before you break into the the position of getting into that person who is able to transcend transcend the hustle mentality, you have to have this clarity from within. And what can you do about it? What can you do about these things? I know maybe we've asked, are you maximizing your potential? Do you do more for less? Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe you have not yet gotten to a point where you understand your clarity. You understand your worth. I'm sorry. Maybe you've not gotten to that point where you are enjoying that life of abundance where you get paid what you're worth. You get you get value out of the work that you do. Most of us as digital creatives, most of us as freelancers, we don't get value for the work that we do. Most of the times, we are left with nothing but being tired. We are left with nothing but being exhausted and everything. So it's important to us that we get in the right frame of mind where we ask these very simple but important questions that will define where we are in life and who we are. And that's why I'm posing them to you, because one step leads to another, one step leads to another, where you understand yourself. And this is real quick. You understand yourself first, and then it explodes. It explodes towards you understanding the ability that you have in transcending your barriers, in transcending those ceilings that your mind has placed on you. Maybe you have been thinking you are not worth. Maybe you have been thinking that you do not have the expertise needed to get those high paying gigs or to get those um, high quality jobs. Maybe you've been thinking that you are not worth to get a high income. These are very important, and we miss them because not we are not missing them because of an unwillingness from the industry to pay us. We're not missing these opportunities because the industry is unwilling to pay us or to value us as we should be valued. We are missing them because we do not attract the type of people who can understand our value. We do not attract the type of people who know what it is that we bring to the table. And that's why it's very important for you to just simply sit down, um, question yourself about these things, understand where you're coming from, understand why you're doing what you're doing, and most of all, understand what you are. That is very, very important. And I will move on to the next the next slide of what can you do. Number one, and this is my main this is my main uh, this is the main thing that I want you to take home, that we need to move from a point where we are hustling. We need to move from a point where we are just just below the average. We need to move from that point and push on towards better things, push on towards better opportunities, push on towards abundance. And this only happens when we go and get more clearer and clearer and clearer. So just take your time and focus on answering yourself these questions and try to know why, on what are you doing. Number one, you need to build your brand around your service. And this is very simple, guys. Building your brand doesn't have to be an expensive ordeal that you have to pay thousands for. And it can also be as simple as having an optimized social profile. It can also be as simple as having a, 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 a clear a clear tagline, a clear message that you pass to those who come to you. You gotta do these because it will translate to you making more money again. It will translate to you earning more. It will translate to you connecting with better people. It will translate to you getting the right people in your system for what you are worth. And I just want to take a quick second and look at something here. Just real quick, because I realize that most of us we do these, and when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about it from a point of understanding, because we are all in this together, and we are all experiencing what we experience together. Okay, so like when you are trying to understand this, how does it flow to you? How does it come to you? What do you get? Number two, fortify the integrity of your service. I'll tell you why and how. You got to fortify the integrity of your service. And this is by becoming the best person there is in town. Literally speaking, becoming the best person there is in town means that you have the best services, means that you are the best person offering this service, and there is nobody else offering this more than you are doing it. So when you are able to fortify your services and you are able to get an abundance for it, like no one will say that, hey, that guy did a shoddy job for me, that lady did a shoddy job for me. The integrity of your service is so high that there is no backlog of clients who do not like your work. There is no backlog of bad customer reviews that are holding you back, and you are just so clear that you're just pushing forward, And number three, set your rates, not the other way around. Like no one should set your rates for you. And this is very important because we find ourselves in this situation where we do not have and we need, and clients come and they have what they think is important for us, and we end up taking the bait And that translates to nothing. That translates to us being broke. That translates to us not having any money. So, like, consider consider making money and consider setting your standards for what you want. Consider clarifying the rates that you desire. And that's the most important thing. I went through this fast because I know we have a lot of worries about ourselves and about the money that we make and about how things go. But I have a quick question for you. I have a very, very quick question for you. Just a short question. And I'll ask you this because it matters to me that you understand your worth. That is number one. And secondly, it also matters to me that you are able to know what your clients are getting as well. You can be here, you are a freelancer or a digital creative. This is what you do, all right? You have your rates, all right? But the big question is, are you worth your salt? Are you worth what your clients want? Are you able to be in a position of looking at yourself objectively and asking, can I hire me? This is really important, and real quick, we need to understand this at all times and to be in a position where we know or we can ask ourselves, is this what my clients want? Am I what my clients will ache to hire and to get and to just ask. So I I've come to the end of my presentation, and these are the questions that I would like you to keep on asking yourself. I'd like you to keep on interviewing yourself and knowing if your worth, and more than anything, I would like you to understand if you're the best shot that your clients have. All right, I will end it at that. And I understand my session was more introspective than 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 cookie cutter. But the minute you are able to break things down from the inside, step by step, you are able to create clarity. You are able to set up systems and processes that make money for you. You are able to create a vision board where you can and you can use it as your runway towards what you want and what you need and what you hope to achieve in life. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I'm
Thank you,
grateful.
Sam. Thank you, Sam. There are questions here. Um,
All right.
let me read the questions for you.
Okay.
What's this? Some employers think that Asians deserve less but expect a lot of skills. Do you think that's true? Wait,
Right.
yeah,
I, I think I get that. I get that. Most clients expect a lot, especially for us as freelancers and digital creatives. They want they want you to handle a bulk amount
yeah,
of work because they feel that they are paying you a lot of money and this is how they feel. But the 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 buck stops at how much value are you
yes,
processing towards your client.
yes, yes,
Is it congruent with what they're paying or not? For me, it's usually simple, and I understand this. Celia, I understand this can be a little hard for those of us who maybe are not feeling safe financially. We end up taking these big projects that are paying very little because we somehow don't feel confident about the money that we are making or our future in terms of money we get. So I'd say there are those clients, and the best way to deal with them is to communicate to them that, I can't really handle this because this is not what my worth is all about. And most of the times, this happens when a project is starting. If you are able to start a project from the right step, or rather in the right way, like it will be very simple for you to set terms for your payment. It will be very simple for you to set terms that you are the one who is actually charging, you're not the one doing the favor to you. So make sure that you set the expectations for the type of work that you are willing to do for a certain expected value, not exchanging time for money. Don't exchange time for money, rather exchange your value for money.
Well, that's good. That's good. Not exchange your time for money, but value for money. So another question I have right here, Sam. I enjoyed your talk. We're still connected in YouTube, and then we're going to share Sam's very informative talk in our communities and our pages. But there's another question: as a freelancer writer, how do you market yourself digitally?
Um, I market myself in several ways, and one of the most lucrative way of marketing for me is using my social profile. If at all, I don't know if you've had a chance to go through my profile, Celia, my Facebook profile, that is. But I am very active on Facebook, engaging in matters that correspond to my ideal client. I am very active on Facebook groups corresponding to matters that are important to my clients, such that I always use social media to present myself as a solution for a particular type of need. And this is the type of need that my my niche as a freelance digital marketing writer actually covers. So right from the word go, if you just I use my social profiles as a funnel, as a sales funnel actually, where I will off the hook use the know, like, and trust technique, where I just interact with people normally, because Celia, most of the times, the CEOs, the managing directors, the marketing managers and marketing directors of companies, they are in actual communities on social media. And this is where I get to connect with them. This is where I get to interact with them. And after interacting with them, or rather after sharing things that are concerning them, in terms of maybe tips, strategies, information, responding to questions, that back and forth, that is one of the most lucrative ways for me. I normally say it's cheap, it's simple, and it doesn't need me to really get out of my element to do it. I'll just interact with people on social media, and for a very long time actually, I have not done actual client pursuing. I have not I have not been pitching for a very long time, because my social profile is very active. That is on Facebook, especially. Some people use other social profiles, but I'm very vibrant on Facebook, and for more than 2 years now, like, I have clients actually coming to me. Hardly will I pitch out to clients. Hardly will I do cold emailing or cold calling or all those things, because I have been able to build a brand around my service, and that message spreads around when I invest my knowledge in connecting and networking with communities and people who are in those communities. So that is one way. Otherwise, you can still pitch to your clients. You can make them know that you are existent by of course, you have to have a website. That is very important. I say the method that I'm trying to share is breaking away from the hustle mentality. Therefore, you have to have an orderly way of doing business. A website is number one. It's the simplest form of branding that you can do. Secondly, a good social profile, that is also important. And number three, you have to be able to be in a position to connect with thought leaders in the industry, or rather the niche that you are serving. And by thought leaders, I mean people who create programs. I mean C-level executives. I mean entrepreneurs and all those things. Like, you have to connect with them, and once you connect with them, they are the best placed at leveling you up to the HR. They are the best placed leveling you at to the marketing directors and what have you.
Very good tip, Sam. Another one. There's another question. Is there anyone around you that is succeeding as a freelancer, and what lessons can you take from how they run their business?
Absolutely. There are lots of people. I don't want to sound advertising or something, but I have been mentoring people, and I am not sure if I got this question, but I'll answer it anyway and let me know if
Yeah.
I didn't get it right. Yep. But I have been coaching several people. Right now, I have about 4 or 5 people who are under me, and all of us have been able to break the $1,000 mark. Some of us are doing upwards of $4,000 a month. So it's very, very possible to make a good income. And I have actually people who are succeeding through what I am talking about.
Yeah, thank you. That's correct, because some of the people doesn't really consider freelancing or freelance writing as a lucrative career, right? And
Right.
that maybe is the reason why some people are asking, how should I go into that? Should I pursue it? It might not be sustainable for me or something. But we know people, and especially now within your community, you also have that group that helps you thrive and helps one another in your particular industry. So Sam, how do we connect with you? Because we're very thankful. We're really really grateful that you gave us this. The way you spoke about how to find your what, your why, and how to do it. Those are the things, the core the focus of what we should always be doing when we try to set up something that set up a goal. First, understand what is our why, the purpose, because sometimes even if you're so tired already, even if you feel like not continuing the goal, when you know your why and also the plan of how to do something, that's a good thing for you to first think of. Yeah, that's the step. um my last question to you, Sam. Oh, there are people who's sending comments. Thank you, Sam, for sharing your expertise and inspiring potential writers. So what is your what is your advice? What is your advice now for the aspiring freelance writers around the globe who are just starting? Some of them just realize during the quarantine that yeah, I might as well write, or might as well try this passion that's been like bugging me for several years now. And now, because I have all the time in the world, I think I'll write. And then fear suddenly comes in, and then some, no, if I do this, I it might not bring money, or it may not be something that I need to pursue. So what is your advice to upcoming freelance writers, and also to those who are doing creative works in the industry?
Number one, I think you've asked two questions. Number one is how can people connect with me, and number two is what is my advice for people who want to
Yes.
join the freelancing or digital creative enterprise. Um, to ask to answer the second question first, number one, my advice to you is go all in at first, but make sure that you start from the put the right foot forward. I don't want you to jump in for no reason. I don't want you to jump in because you're broke. I don't want you to jump in because you have nothing else to do. Because as you know, Celia, the freelancing world and the digital creative world is taxing in terms of the hours that you have to put in at the beginning. So if you just come in for the money, or if you just come in because you are exhausted, you don't have anything else, like, things might get frustrating to you. But my advice is, like, it's very possible, and it's very possible to make good money out of it. The only catch is that you have to consider yourself as a business owner right from the word go. You have to consider yourself that you are offering a service to a business, and that business is getting value from you. They are not getting 5,000 words or 6,000 words articles from you. They are getting value, and the value translates to making business or more business for them. So level your head fast, accept that you are doing this because you want to be a productive cog in the marketing industry, because writing and digital creativity mostly adds up to the world of marketing and getting more sales. So determine where you want to be. Determine where you want to be in this very big cog of marketing in the world. At first, you can begin as a generalist, but I'd say that within 2 or 3 months, you should have niched down to a particular niche, or to a particular area that you would like to be associated with. For example, I started as a general freelance writer, but I quickly moved on towards being a digital marketing writer, because I can sit down all day, talk about digital marketing, and most of all, I understand the industry perfectly to be a thought leader in creating content. So that is my advice. Sit down, get to know what you want to do, understand what it is that will be required of you, understand that as well, and most of all, like, understand that you will be providing value. You will not be making money, you will be providing value. And once you have provided value, once you've mastered the art of providing value, then people will start to pay you, and they will pay you real nice. um On to the second part of how people can connect with me. I'm very big on Facebook. I'd request people. I don't know if you are in a position to share my Facebook link, Celia. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, it's facebook.com stroke Mutahi Sam, and Mutahi Sam is MUTAHISAM, facebook.com stroke Mutahisam. And at the same time, Celia, as I had informed you, I'm creating a new community. It's known as the Home Income Genius, and you can find us at homeincomegenius.com. And once you are there, the ground is still new. We're just doing a bit of setting up and everything. Make sure to jump in on the stealth mode. You will see on the right side bar. You'll see stealth, a place to jump in on our emailing platform, stealth mode. That's where we will be able to direct you to the community that we are in right
Wow, thank you, Sam. You really, really gave us so many valuable insights and tips for freelance career, and we really appreciate it. And I know what is our time difference, Sam. What time is it there in Kenya?
now. Right now it's a little to 12:30 p.m.
12:30. Oh, 12:30. Okay. So it's
Right.
already almost 5:30 here, and we're about to end. So thank you, Sam. Please watch again tomorrow and share also our page for the day 3. We have amazing speakers also, like the uh first days. And then please be part of the community. If there are people also who would want to learn from you, I'm sure that they will be messaging you in Facebook and also in the Freedom Summit Global community. So
Absolutely.
thank you, Sam, and
Thank you so much.
bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
much. Bye
Okay.
bye.